Hey everyone, it's Terry's from Terry Philippine Journey. Back up here hiking up this road here takes me over to Santo Tomas, Iloilo. So we just left San Fernando a while ago. Had a little video down there and thought I would make one heading up this way. So this goes up over the mountain and down the other side, and then we're about 3 kilometers away from Santo Tomas. So hopefully I said that correctly. So over on the Visayas Island, I live over in San Fernando now. So as I walk up the hill here, couldn't recall if I did a 6-month review. I just posted the 5th month because it was delayed getting up because of the poor internet, but I think I've got that solved. So just doing a review of my 6 months here in the Philippines and the last 30 days. So yeah, one of the things here in the Philippines, the internet's real spotty. When you live in the province, you have almost nothing to 50-75% activity. And so for the past 5 months, I've been trying to get information on what I could do to improve that. And finally, a friend of mine here recommended a gentleman up in Brockdike, Viho. And pardon me, I'm a little out of breath walking up the hill. And he came on over and he seemed to know a lot about it. That's what he does for a living. So he hooked me up. We were going to go with cable, but you have to run the cable through all the different people's places, and there may be some conflict of interest, and you got to put up bamboo poles and clear the way because we live in the province. It's not in the city. So he came up with the second solution, which was to put an antenna down towards the road and in town where they already have a line, connect to that, then put an antenna up at our house and beam the signal up. So that's working really good, and I'll have a separate video on that. So now I'm able to finally post after 3 or 4 weeks of no posting. So I went from 3 or 4 weeks trying to post 3 and getting 0 to, in the last 24 hours, I've posted 6 or maybe 7. So I'm back trying to shoot some more videos and have a few more topics. So that's one of the things in the Philippines is internet service, and things in general is just slow for the most part. Of course, the people are friendly. I keep saying that, and that hasn't changed. I think people are nice. They're a little shy to engage with you a lot of times because their English may not be good. A little intimidation, I guess, with you being a foreigner. They don't know you and afraid to appear, foolish or not knowing something possibly. So at least that's what I'm told or think. But anyhow, I enjoy talking to people, and please don't be shy with me. Engage. I don't care if your English is good or not. Just make some effort, and I'm trying to learn Tagalog and practice, so we're equal and good on that. So that's one of the things. Money. We'll talk a little about money here, and if you guys have any questions or something, I'll try to answer them. I'm certainly no guru on all these topics. I'm just a guy that's made it here and been here for 6 months, and this is my first time out of America. And I'm planning to stay here and continue to live here the rest of my life. So that's where I'm at. And so money, people talk about all kinds of numbers: 400 a month, 800 a month, 12, 2,000, 3,000, so forth. My opinion after the last 6 months of living here is pretty much the same opinion I evaluated before I come. Can you live on 500 here? yes, certainly. You're probably not going to have a motorbike and do certain things, quite possibly, because 500 is kind of a low ground. 400, 500, 600, yeah, you can live here and you can live. But as far as Western lifestyle, go out to eat and buy a few things you want and don't really need, and have your own transportation and your own house, probably not. So my take, if you're from the West and, you know, lived like you did back then, like I think most people did, because I'm from Ohio, America, my opinion, it kind of lowballing is 500, 1,000, it's adequate. 1,500, you're starting to live pretty good. You're, I would say you're pretty comfortable, do most things you want to do. So I think the number for most people from America or are used to that lifestyle is $1,500. You could go down a couple hundred, you could go up 300 or 400. So for me personally, I would say 1,500 to 2,000 is where you're very comfortable, kind of come and do what you want to do here. If you're fairly extravagant, then it can go up from there. You can certainly spend 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 a month here. Live in a big city, you know, generous tipping, want things that's not readily available here, all cost extra. So you can certainly spend Western style money here. But for most people, 1,000, 2,000, you're living a little bit of the West, a little bit of the Philippine style, and you can certainly do okay there. So my expenses for the last 6 months have been running between about $600 and $800. I have no lodging expense per se, as far as I own my home and don't have a house payment or rent payment. So that's just electricity, which is probably the biggest thing. I think that's running me. There's 4 or 5 people living at my house, but let me see. I'm trying to think of what that is. I think it's about 30, 40 bucks American dollars a month, which is fairly expensive, because back in America in the summer, I was paying about 60, 70, so it's not that far off. It's less, but not that much less. And so that's probably one of our biggest expenses. And then, you know, having the good internet, I pay about right now for the premium service that I just got with the wireless antennas shipping. That's $1,500 a month, 1,500 pesos, which is about 25 bucks roughly American. So, and back in America, to have something similar that I was paying unlimited, you know, pretty quick service, I was paying around 60, 65 a month. So that's about half. So that's fairly cheap. But you do have to kind of hunt around, unless you're in one of the cities where stuff like that's more readily available, the better internet. So, and then keep in mind, as I said in most of the videos, if you're a bigger guy, clothing. So anytime you go out of the norm of a Philippine style lifestyle, it's either going to be hard to get or cost more money. So shoes size 12 on up, almost can't buy them here. I don't know about Manila. I live in, you know, Iloilo, Brocktype, Viho, San Fernando. So in them cities, maybe someplace in Iloilo, but I've not been all over. But I struggled to find a pair of shoes. The dog's coming out. So, pardon me. So you usually say shh, that means no here. So everybody has, most people have dogs here. And the reason they come out like that is because I'm walking my dog here, Whitey. So they seem to be more, when I walk by, they barely bark by myself, but when I have the dog, they get a little more sensitive to that. But very few of them are mean or anything. They're just noisy and letting you know that you're in their area. So that was that, pardon that. So that's here, life in the province. A lot of chickens and dogs, goats, cows, and they're pretty much left just loose. So don't be surprised to see a bunch of chickens run across the road or dog run out on the highway, because that's pretty much life in the Philippines. So I would, out of breath because the hill's really steep here, and then I had a few gentlemen recently talk about, bringing cell phones here, a lot about the property, so I wanted to address that a minute or two. What I would recommend you guys doing, don't pre-do anything, don't buy land, don't buy a house here. I don't care if you got a Philippine girlfriend or wife even. I would come here yourself, keep your money in your pocket, go to a place you think you're going to like I said, you think, go there and rent for 3 months, 6 months, maybe a year even, and get a feel for the situation over here, what it's like to live where you think you'd like to live. Don't be in a hurry. Take, I would say, a minimum of 3 to 6 months, up to 2-3 years before I would rush and get a house over here. Look at that countryside there, just beautiful. That's why I love it. We're out in the province, and there's the ocean there. Across the bay, there's Bacolod and Negros Island. So you can see the cloud line and the mountains on the other side of the ocean there. So just beautiful. Here comes some guys up the mountain. So that'd be my recommendation. I would not rush to necessarily marry anybody. I would not, definitely not rush to buy land. There's a lot of little tricks, and this is not American, guys. This is the Philippines, and it's night and day difference in what you do and what, how things work over here, which I'm continuing to learn. All kinds of things. We could discuss it if you want to possibly email me or Facebook do a Facebook call sometime, but I don't know everything, but I'm constantly being surprised and learning. So that'd be my hot tip. Don't rush with anything. Come over, have a pocket full of money, some good income. Here comes guys up the mountain. Don't be foolish and send your money and start buying stuff, because in buying land in general, you can only own 40% as a foreigner for the most part. There are loopholes, so you can easily be taken and lose 60% of what you just purchased, which is quite a bit of chunk of change if you're buying $1 million peso property, which is only 20 grand for us Americans, but that's considered 1 million pesos here roughly. So that'd be my hot tip. Please don't do that. Take your time, come over, pick out a couple areas you'd like to go, get over here and rent a place, and then go from there. And then if you're unsure and you think there's another place you want, go over there and rent for 3 months, 6 months. I think that's the best wisdom I've heard and could give you. So on that note, I don't want the video to get too long. It's already 15 minutes. So many more topics, but anything you want to discuss, I'll be happy to try to tell you what I know. Like I said, I'm not a world traveler. I haven't been to any other country. I'm just a guy that decided that he wanted to come to the Philippines. His wife was from there, and I picked up and went. I did think about it and study it for about 5 years, but even doing that, getting here and living it, I got it, half wrong after thinking about it and watching countless videos. That's why I say, don't think you know it all because you watched 100 or 500 videos from some expat that lives here. You're going to get a lot of good information, but come over, rent. Don't be buying land and property and making investments and starting businesses. You're in for a very high percentage fail if you do. Your relationships, 80-90% chance to fail. Your business, the money you've spent on something, 80-90% chance of losing it. So come over and get a feel for things and go from there. I just found a peso. So I'll stop another peso. Somebody's had them fall out their pocket. I think it's just one. Oh, it's 5 peso. So I just picked up 15 pesos from walking. Not bad. There may be more around here. I didn't look real close. So that's my hottest tip I can give you. Take your time. Don't spend your money. Come and see first. Keep your money in your pocket. Keep your money in your bank. Can't stress it enough. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Terry's hike to Santo Tomas, Iloilo, and up the mountain here. Very steep. I'm out of breath. Very beautiful, though. And that's my 6-month review of what I'm thinking and updating you in the Philippines. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe. Need your support. Thank you.